What if I could have 20 people show up at your dealership this month? People who are happy to see you, pre-qualified, pre-set appointments. And what if every single one of them had their title in hand, wanting you to buy their car? How would that make you feel? Good. This presentation is exclusive and brought to you by the Pennsylvania Independent Auto Dealers Association. Over 500 dealers in your association will see this presentation, but there are very limited spots available for each city, for reasons I will explain shortly. According to industry publications and in listening to dealers nationwide, the auto industry challenge, the biggest frustration has become acquiring inventory. It's really not your fault. The subprime crisis, cash for clunkers, fewer rental units, lower lease turnover, and inflation are all affecting the used car market. Even at auctions, more people than ever are bidding your good vehicles out of your buying sweet spot. Imagine for a moment that inventory wasn't a problem for you anymore, because we're going to show you a way to solve your inventory problems and leverage your sales too. What if I told you I can find your top-selling used cars? I found those people who want to sell, and I can get them to call you to trade before talking to anyone else. And they just might buy another car from you. Here's what I want you to imagine. It's 5:30 and a lady driving a super clean silver Honda Accord with 69,000 miles on it drives onto your lot. She slowly slides out of her car and she asks for you by name. She says, "I brought my title with me. Who can take a look at my car?" Does it get any better than that? We all know that people who want to sell their cars use classified ads. We also know from the past 15 years that technological advances destroys old ways of communicating by making them more efficient. Reg Evans is the reason I'm talking to you today, and because of our relationship, you get to see this program before anyone else in the state of Pennsylvania, because Reg really wants the best for you. I'm privileged to introduce to you today Trade-In Leads, the only trade-in program in the auto market today where individual sellers, people wanting to sell their cars now, call you first. Why is this important? Because dealers must take advantage of every opportunity to purchase used vehicles and take buyers off the market before their competition does. Today it's about speed. If you're there first, you win. Because 97% of people who sell a car buy another one. Well, how does it work? We track every classified auto post on the internet as soon as it posts in real time. With our technology, first we weed out all of the duplicate ads and the dealer ads, and we're left with all of the individuals selling cars. Then, once a new post appears in your area, we communicate to the seller an indication of interest to purchase, and here's the difference. They call, and we route the call to you first. This happens within seconds of the ad posting. We have 3 tiers of calls to deliver. For buy here, pay here, we have $1,000 to $4,000 cars, and for dealers with bank financing, we have $4,000 to $20,000 cars. We also have a Highline tier for over $20,000. You choose your sweet spot. All you do is, number 1, choose your market area. What cities do you want the calls coming from? Number 2, customize your order. How many calls do you want a month? We have a daily even distribution or a fast distribution. Even distribution means if you take 300 calls monthly, that equals about 11 calls per day. How would you like 11 new phone ups on a daily basis? So who will take these calls? We need individual cell phone numbers for your salespeople versus your dealership switchboard because sellers are expecting individuals to call. Once we have your dealer agreement, we will set up a 30-minute training call to show you your back end where all of your call information is logged. We will go over how the call comes in, train on proven appointment scripts, and our best practices from our top dealers so you can be successful too. You can begin receiving calls after training and account activation. So you, the dealer, receive fresh trade-in leads, no competitive bidding like at auction, no buy fees or transportation fees. Cars and titles come to you and you generate inventory and more sales. Here are some actual results from some of our dealers. In 30 minutes for one dealer, we generated 17 calls, which the dealer then turned into 5 appointments. His results? He bought one car and sold one car. The program more than paid for itself. Now this program works as well for the dealer selling 20 units a month as the dealer moving 125 units a month. Case number 2 happened over Thanksgiving. A call came in on a Honda CR-V and the seller wanted $17,900. Our dealer followed our procedure, got the seller into the dealership, and bought the car for $15,000. The best part is, he sold it 4 days later for $24,000 and booked a $9,000 profit. Now, I'm not saying all of your calls are going to be like this, but they're out there. And with our training, the law of averages is on your side. This program will pay for itself. Just stick with it. This really is a no-brainer. For only $4 per call, you receive qualified, fresh calls from people wanting to sell their cars as soon as they post their intention to sell. Let me ask you a question. If 4 people want the same car on your lot, who drives home in it? See, I was doing some research on our program in Texas, and I saw something that kind of stopped me dead in my tracks, and a little bit of a cold sweat broke out on my forehead. And here's what I saw in bold red letters. Sold out. Now that may or may not seem important to you right now. Let me show you why it is and why you need to pay attention. You see, nationwide I do have over 849,000 people who want to sell their cars, so I have plenty, right? Okay, here's where the problem is. They don't all live in Pennsylvania. As a matter of fact, I went to do some research in our database and this is what I saw. Because of posting volume, Philadelphia can only support 3 dealers. Pittsburgh, 2 to 3 dealers. Lehigh Valley, 1. Lancaster, 1. A couple of dealers could easily dominate your area. So you need to act now. So if I bought 200 calls and made 1 sale, I would more than break even. Everything else would be pure profit. And here's another reason to buy 200 or more calls. When you purchase 200 or more trade-in leads, you are automatically eligible for our wildfire program with no setup fee. This is a pay-for-performance program where we bring new buyers to your lot on your current inventory. I want you to think about Bar None 2.0, if you were familiar with that program. But first things first. You see, if I was a franchise dealer, I'd buy every single call in my area because it'd be a chance to control all the trade-ins surrounding my dealership, possibly for the next 9 years. The great Ricky Bobby said, if you're not first, you're last. And that will apply here today. Here's why you buy 200 or more calls. Once you have your market, you have it for as long as you're on the program. Anyone else attempting to sign up in your market will see this. So how much of your trade-in market do you want to control now? Remember, with orders of 200 or more monthly calls, you also have access to the Wildfire program to get more buyers. So why was Steve Jobs so great? Because he could see what no one else saw. We will sell out. I'm confident of that. I really don't know how many spots are available. Maybe only 17. It really depends on your area and the posting volume. When they're gone, they're gone. First come, first served. Successful dealers figured out a long time ago what the lifetime value of a customer was and how it affected the profits of their dealership. Today that figure is somewhere around $350,000. So think of it this way. We're bringing you a new source of lifetime customers. So how do I reserve my market for trade-in leads? It's very important to follow these directions to reserve your market area. First thing to do, send me an email now at kenbrowning@cloud1.com with your name, dealership information, and phone number, how many calls you want to reserve, and the city you want. Your timestamp on your email will be your reservation. I will email you the sign-up documents, call you, and get you scheduled for training. If you wait, you lose. We're going to sell out. What area do you want? It is time to take action. One more time, here's the contact information and procedure. Your email is your reservation. Send me an email now at kenbrowning@cloud1.com with your name, dealership information, and phone number, how many calls you want to reserve, and the city you want. Your timestamp on your email will be your reservation. I'll email you the sign-up documents, call you, and schedule you for training. Thank you, and we look forward to helping your dealership with trade-in leads.